Teens gone wild and gone very bad. They trashed the home of a former NFL star. The teenagers breaking into former Raiders and Patriots player Brian Holloway's upstate New York vacation home and throwing an out-of-control party, and it is all caught on camera. So why is the former football player now facing a possible legal battle? Brian Holloway and his son, Brian Jr., joins us. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello, how are you today?
How's it going?
Very well, and I tell you, I'm Team Holloway on this. So, but anyway, this story is extraordinary. But let me go to first to you, sir, Brian. See what happened.
So I was at home in Florida, and then Brian called me and said there's something going down, and he sent me over a bunch of tweets. He had gotten word from one of his friends who picked up the chirping on Twitter that there was a party at the house. And then we quickly discovered 170 tweets of people at the party drinking whatever. So we just were shocked, blew way past furious. And I told Brian to capture all that digital data as quickly as possible. And then I had to focus on really what was most important, because everything that was broken can be fixed and everything that was stolen can be returned, and to see what we can do to help save these 300 lives. Now, that was the best and probably the healthiest way for me to look at what had occurred, because it was overwhelming in many ways.
Let me go to Brian Jr. then. Brian Jr., tell me then what happened, sort of how the pictures of the culprits ended up where?
It was people were updating their statuses and situations that they were at, and all the fun that they were having, and how it was a crazy night, how they can't even remember it, but it was a blur, and they'll never forget the friends that they made, but they will forget the party. A cluster of under the influence tweets, I would say. And then, so that was unraveling in front of us, and of course the aftermath of saying how great the party was. And then we looked beforehand on, I guess there was some sort of lead up to the party as well.
So Brian, Sr., as I understand it, there's about $20,000 in damage. You've now identified these teenagers who did it. You've gotten their public photos because they updated, as your son says, and they tweet about it and talk about their status. You then put it on a particular website, is that right?
So what we did is we simply took the pictures that they had tweeted about and posted them on helpmesave300.com.
And what's been the response from the teenagers who are part of this trashing and their family?
Well, I think they were in shock. All I did was reveal stuff that they had already posted. And so what I did was bring to surface a conversation that was going on and allow the parents an opportunity in the community to say, what should we do about this? And how should we be accountable? Where did we get off track? And how do we find our way back?
You know, you're a lot nicer person than I am, because you put the public pictures that the students put on a public forum of their bad behavior trashing your house on a website. I might have been somewhat tempted to try to track down pictures of the parents who have lost total control of their children, or have even raised children who think it's okay to break into a house and trash the joint.
I actually hadn't thought of that, but I could see where, if push comes to shove, someone would come in and I could take that idea a long way. I certainly know how to do it.
All right, Brian Jr., do you know any of these kids?
I know about a dozen of them, and they were classmates of mine growing up. The majority of the students that were there were grades under me, so I did not know a majority of the students there.
All right, Brian Sr., let me go back to you. I take it now the parents are all flipped out because you had the audacity to put their basically hoodlum, vandal teenagers on this website. So have they threatened you with a lawsuit?
Well, there was chatter about that, and I'm prepared for that if that should happen. I don't know where they are with that, but if it does happen, you'll know, because I'll just post it right on the site. I'll post all the documents. And there are many legal professionals around the country who have who said if I need their help in any way, that they will stand ready. I just not sure how that makes sense where you're going to press charges. Their child was in my home stealing, vandalizing, doing drugs, drinking, or just being there. And you're mad at me for posting a picture that I got from your child or their friends' tweets. I'm not sure I understand how that's breaking the law.
Can I tell you one thing that I think is quite amazing is that, as I understand it, you put out that you wanted the kids to come help clean it up and fix it up, just basically teach some responsibility to kids. And one of the people involved in this showed up, as I understand it. I will tell you is that actually that's the kind of kid I'd want to hire, someone who made a mistake and then has the courage to sort of step up to the plate and offer to clean it up.
That's exactly what I said to him when he came in here. What I said was, number one, I want to acknowledge you for the courage to step forward and stand accountable. I said, number two, we're going to have a conversation, you and me, about what occurred, because there's an injury here that needs to be reconciled. But number three, what you need to do right now is you need to go over and talk to your father because of what you did to totally embarrass and totally disregard everything that father tried to put in you. And so, and after we had that conversation, I says, now go about, get on one of the work crews and start cleaning up. And he did.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. And like I said, that's the kind of kid actually who may have done wrong, but who certainly stepped up to the plate and shows something extraordinary. For some reason, that kid's pretty amazing to me. But thank you both very much, and I hope your house gets cleaned up. I hope you don't get sued.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.